Hi, welcome to a walkthrough of the new IRIS CRM user interface portfolio overview widget. That's the only widget we're going to be covering today. Check out our other videos to see what else we've updated on the homepage widgets and other components across the IRIS CRM product. So the portfolio overview widget is the collection of approved deals, portfolio total, and top performers by card type, and then the top performers list as well, which is the top 10 merchants by volume, which shows their volume of transactions. So just highlighting the few key, important, impactful features that we've added in the new user interface that we think will be most beneficial to you. So starting with the approved deals graph, currently you can see that recent is the applied filter for this view. In the legacy version, you would see 13 months of data. In the new UI, we've updated to be 14 months of data, which may seem a little bit weird since we usually think in terms of years and quarters and things like that. So 12 months would be a more kind of normal time frame for us to think about. The reason that we've updated the graph to be from 13 months to 14 months is so that you can compare the most recent fully completed period to 1 year's prior comparable period. And then you can also compare the current period, which may be ongoing, to the prior year's comparable period as well. So what does that mean? So it's currently January 2022. It's not quite over, so I wouldn't necessarily want to compare it to January 2021, whose data is fully complete. I could use it. I do want to compare probably to see how well am I tracking in comparison to that month last year, which in this case with my demonstration data, I'm doing very well compared to last January. So good on the organization. We're doing great. But if I'm in the middle of the month or early in the month, I probably don't really want to compare those two periods. I would probably like to look at December and see how December 2021 compared to December 2020. So I can do that. I can see both, whichever one I need, but that way you're comparing apples to apples and it's consistent. So on top of that, we've also added additional date filtering. You could not control what you saw in this graph before. You just saw 13 months of data and that was it. So now you can select, a different year. You can do a custom date range. You can focus in on a specific month, which will break down the approved deals by day. So you can kind of perform a more in-depth analysis and get more insight into what's actually happening day to day rather than just an aggregate at the month or the year level. So for the year, it's 2022 currently, end of January, not much data to look at there. So I probably want to go back to 2021 and then I see every month of 2021. So it's just 12 months in this graph rather than the 14 I mentioned when applying the recent filter. And then if I wanted to jump into a specific month, say I wanted to do 1 year prior, so January 2021, I would select January then using the month filter, and I'll see each day. And again, that month was not a very good month as far as approved deals go. I can hover like you could in Legacy and see processing, not processing, the total approved, the total closed, and then your net accounts as a result. Again, not great data. But I could also go back to the custom date if I wanted to look at a specific quarter or a specific period, and the data will be displayed in a way that best fits the range selected. So if I selected a month or less, I'm definitely going to see each individual day of that period. However, if I selected 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, it'll show me that data in aggregated groups by month rather than individual days in order to fit on the graph. So here I've got 4 total months that I've selected. It'll show me those grouped rather than all approximately 120 days, since that wouldn't fit very well and be hard to read on this graph. So that's the approved deals graph and some of the major updates to it. And I think you'll find those useful so you can do further analysis well here on this, what I would consider a main widget that most clients are using and you probably have on your site as well. The other big change is in the total by card type tables here on the right side. We've added these toggles for the card types so you can filter the data based on what you've selected for the card types. So if I deselected Visa here, it'll remove the Visa totals for volume and transactions from the totals here at the bottom. So if I wanted to just see how one card type did, I could do that. It would have been faster, if I knew that from the beginning and I deselect all and then just select the one. Maybe you have other card types besides the main card brands. So maybe you have PIN debit, you have EBT, other fleet cards, gift cards. I think that covers most of them. And you wanted to see what the volume of those was in comparison to the volume of your main card brands, just to see, what percentage of your business it is. You could deselect all of these and then you would select the rest of those, value added services and other card types. And you can perform analysis that way. And we've added these toggles in a few places, including the My Merchants page, so you can control the volume that you're seeing from there and filter it based on your needs. I know some clients have reporting needs that they need to meet based on which type of ISO they are and which processors they're working with. So you could find the volume for your merchants based on the card type and then present that. So just trying to make things easier for you and your users and be able to better analyze your data within IRIS CRM. The top performers has remained largely unchanged, just visually updated. You have your top 10 performers here, ordered by volume, and the total of those 10 merchants compared to your overall portfolio. And you can search merchants here. This is going to search all of them, not just the top 10, or you can just click all merchants to go to the My Merchants page and see all of them. So those are the main updates to the portfolio overview widget. I hope this was helpful and you utilize some of this new functionality. Check out our other videos to see what other cool new functionality we've added in the new user interface. Thanks.